Howdy, Practical Patriots and Practical Preppers. Yachate, Gross aus Texas. Hey, happy 4th of July. Wanted to spend it with somebody, and it had to be you. Okay, so here we go. Talk to you about something that happened the other day. When I'm dressed like this, country boy, conservative Christian, the whole 9 yards, But when I wear my scrubs, some people can't read that. They can't see that. They just see somebody in scrubs, and they kind of converse like they normally would. And I overheard something while I was sitting there enjoying a good cup of coffee, a raspberry, and a pumpkin scone. That's this. They were talking about how they wanted to elect politicians here in Texas, that would basically abolish the Second Amendment, limit, restrict, confiscate, and even not allow the purchase or ownership of certain firearms, to include ARs, semi-automatics, AKs, SCARs, whatever the case may be, okay? So what their plan was to take it to the ballot box. Have we heard that one before? A lot of us that live in certain states, we already know how that works, right? They got politicians, you can't have certain rifles. About 6 months ago, Michigan, sorry y'all, Dearborn, Deerfield, something like that, they abolished ARs, and the mic was open, and one of them said, well, we're not taking all their firearms away or whatever, but even former President Obama said this, and I will never forget this, if you want to feel safe, you're going to have to give up some of your rights. No, if I want to feel safe, I have to create my own safety. I'm responsible for my safety first, okay? For myself, my family, the whole 9 yards. I'm responsible. Me first, okay? Boom, there you have it. Now, so what they want to do, they want to elect these politicians in, they want to pass laws banning firearms, sometimes altogether. And if they will then get law enforcement. Let's say that I have my AR and I'm out shooting, or my AK and I'm out shooting, and somebody decides they don't feel safe about that. Oh my gosh, he's got one of those evil, fully semi-automatic assault rifles, be it an AK or whatever it may be. They would call the police would come out and confiscate my firearm because they don't feel safe. Now, how much of a animal that drinks a saucer from milk from a saucer is that? Right? How much is that? That's a lot, okay? They want to do this. They want to abolish the Second Amendment. First they'll take it to the ballot box, then they'll get law enforcement to enforce that law because they don't feel safe. If you don't believe it can't happen here in Texas, y'all, look up Command Sergeant Major Grissom. Where he was, this was a sergeant major from Fort Hood that was walking, getting a scout badge with his son out in public, carrying his AR up front. He was apprehended, arrested, and had his firearm confiscated from him. And they claimed that, well, you're resisting arrest. He was asking, why are you doing this? Okay, so it can happen here in Texas. We have, trust me, folks, we do in Texas have blue cities, okay? So, it can't happen. Trust me. All right. So what do we do? Okay. Now let me back up a little bit here. Then they said, if it got too big for local law enforcement, they were going to have their politicians declare martial law and have the military come out and confiscate our firearms. Okay. Does that all sound like it's nice, tidy, and legal? In some states it does. Okay. Somebody can come along and say, we're having a disaster here. I have to activate the National Guard, which is, of course, a branch, military. Okay. Fellow veteran here. Yeah. How about no? This is why, folks, I remember reading somewhere, one of our founding fathers said, we are only a generation away from losing everything, our freedoms, our rights, everything, okay? Which is why every election I go out and I vote, okay? I vote my conscience. I vote what's in my heart and my spirit. I vote for who I think would be representing me the best and representing what I think that my community, my state, my country should be doing, okay? When I heard that, I was like, holy cow, that's already happened in some states. That's already happened in some cities, has it not? So remember, folks, we are, when you hear things like former President Obama say things like, if you want to be safe, you're going to have to give up some of your rights and some of your freedoms. No, no, I will not. I will ensure my own safety. Like my friend always says, a Glock in the hand is far better than a cop on the phone, and it's a lot faster too. We're each responsible for our own safety, our family's safety, our buddy in the foxhole next to us, whatever the case may be, we're each responsible for that. Because somebody wants to feel safe, they want to take our rights away, they want to vote these people in office and come and just slowly chip them away. Like that little girl said, they give an inch, we'll take a mile, that kind of thing. Well, here's the thing, folks, push back. Push back. Let's keep our rights. Let's keep what it means to be an American always, okay? Always. What's in our hearts, what's in our spirit, okay? Always, and never forget, okay? Wounded Knee. Never forget Wounded Knee. Pretty emotional about this conversation, folks, because I was sitting there just sipping my coffee and eating my scones and just kind of like, no. Because there are people like that in this country and in my state, my community, I'm glad there's people like me, okay? Get out and vote. Let's defend those rights, because what happened in the past, folks, okay? First, they took it up with the king, all right? They listed grievances. Then they tried to, basically you can't vote, but, you can kind of get your own local governorship in. Then they took it to the battlefield, okay? We're coming to take your firearms away. I don't think so, Scooter. All right, so, yeah, let's think about that, folks. I want you to think about how we as Americans are. And are we going to allow this? Like they said, we give up an inch, they'll take a mile. They're chipping away little by little. Watch it. Watch it. They're chipping away little bit by little. Enjoy those freedoms. Enjoy a day of freedom. Our founding fathers. What it means to be an American. Questions, comments, leave them below, folks. Let me know what y'all think. Until I see you all again, I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse. Out here.